Hello, and welcome to this hip opening stretch routine. Let's start sitting down. Bring your feet forward, nice and wide. We're just going to drop our knees from one side to the other. We want our feet to be wide enough so that your knee is touching your heel or coming pretty close. So let's start to move our hips. Your upper body can move just a little bit, maybe your shoulders. One side and the other. Nice. Bring your heels and toes to touch, so your Baddha Konasana. Just let both knees fall to either side, bringing your lower abdomen forward. Or just even sitting up nice and tall. If you need to bring your hands behind you because you are rolling, you can do so. Just visualize coming up nice and tall through the spine, all the way up through the crown of your head. Take a nice inhale here. Exhale. And again, deep breath in. Feel your knees become heavier and heavier. Deep breath in. And out, release. Extend your right leg out to the side. Bring the left heel in as close as you can and just come a little bit forward. So we're coming onto our hands and just sway from side to side. This can be little organic movements. Dropping your head down if it feels good. And then reach the left arm up over your head and try to reach for your right toes. Back to center and then switch sides. Extending the left, bringing in the right, and then coming forward, swaying from side to side. Feel this nice hip opening stretch. And then taking the right hand up to the sky, reach it over. Try to grab the left toes, left foot. And then back up to center. Come into your tabletop position. Lift your right knee out to the side, up and around. So a little bit more movement. Open up the hips, squeeze the glute, pull the belly in. Just a few times, keeping your gaze down between your hands. A couple more times. Out, up, and around. Out, up, and around. And then we're going to point our toe, lift our leg up nice and high. Come onto your elbows, little pulses. So you lift that leg up. Lift, lift, lift. Pull the belly in. And then come back onto your hands. Bring your right knee into your chest nice and tight. And then drop the right knee down. Open up the hip as you take your left leg all the way back. And just hold like this, pushing your hands into the mat. Little back bend. You can shift the hips from side to side. And push your hands into the mat, come back into your tabletop position and switch sides. So now the left knee comes up and around. Just visualize doing a big circle. Out, up, and around. This feel good on your body. Squeezing the glutes. A little bit of strength with our flexibility. Couple more times, around and around. And then extending the left leg. Lift it up. Lift, lift, lift. Come down onto your elbows. Little pulses. Trying to bring the heel to the ceiling. And then come up onto your hands, bringing the left knee in towards the chest. Slide that knee between your hands, and then take your right leg all the way back. Inhale, lift up. Take a nice inhale, breath. Open up the hip. You can do a little bit of a bounce. Good, and then bring your hands down, tuck your toes, and come into your downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here as you pedal out your feet. A little bit of movement with your hips. Bring them side to side, the weight onto your left hand, the weight onto your right. Letting your heels be heavy. And then drop your knees down nice and wide. Let's go into a wide-legged child's pose. Bringing your hands forward and dropping your forehead down to the mat. You can always come into frog as well if you wanted, where you're bringing your feet out in a 90-degree angle, opening the hips and sinking down. Your choice. Just let those hips come nice and open. Bringing your belly closer and closer to the mat. One more breath. Rolling up, come back into your tabletop position and into your downward facing dog. Good, from here we're going to take our left knee, bring it into our chest once more, and we're going to step it through. So we're going to step the left foot through, we're dropping the right knee, coming to your low lunge. Let's start with our hands down on the mat, bringing the chest forward. Place your right hand on the mat, left arm goes all the way up, reaching back. So looking over your left shoulder, right leg is straight. And then shift your hips back, pick up your right foot, the top of your right foot, pull it into your glutes as you sink down into the lunge. And then slowly release the foot, bring it to the outside of the left, tuck the right toe, come into your runner's lunge. And then step the left foot back into your high plank position, hips go high, downward facing dog. Take a nice breath here. And then switching sides. Left knee comes into the chest, lift it up nice and high, and then step it through the hands into your low lunge. Dropping the left knee this time, chest comes forward and hold. Make sure that that knee is right underneath you. Then put the weight onto your left hand, bring your right arm all the way up, reach it back. And then shift the hips back, grab the top of your left foot and sink down into that nice deep hip opening stretch. Trying to pull the left heel into the glute. Keep breathing. Conscious breaths. Relax into the pose. And then drop the foot, bring the arm, the right hand back to the outside of the right foot, tuck the back toe and come into your runner's lunge. And then step the right foot back into your high plank position. Just hold your high plank here just for a moment, pulling the belly in. And then we're gonna roll onto our toes over to the right and to the left. So like little hip dips side to side. And then hips go high, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Maybe a little sigh. And then lift your heels, bend your knees. We're gonna do a little hop just to the center. Bring your feet out to the side and pivot your feet, your toes about 45 degrees. You come into your Malasana squat. So you want your back to be nice and straight, sinking deep. You have your elbows pushing your knees out to either side. Good, and then place your hands down, straighten your legs so you still have your feet a little bit wide apart. And just grab onto your elbows for a quick ragdoll. This little wider version of your forward fold. And then bring your hands down to the mat. Shift yourself facing me if you're not already. We're going to pivot our toes to the outer edges of our mat, sinking down and come right into our goddess squat. So bring your hands to prayer and nice controlled little bends here. We're squeezing the glutes, feeling our feet grounded on the mat, pushing those knees out to the side. Few more pulses. Good. And then bring your arms out to the side. Pivot your feet so they're parallel and come into your wide-legged forward fold. Drop your hands down. Now bend your knees here once you come into your wide-legged forward fold and rock from side to side. And then let's go a little bit deeper here by taking our hands, both hands over towards our right foot. And then we're going to sink down, open up our hip, maybe lifting the opposite toes off of the mat. And then walk your hands over towards the left, picking up the right toes off the mat. Over to one side and the other. One more time on either side. And again. Good. And then come up with a flat back, so reaching your fingertips forward and just heel toe your feet a little bit wider than your shoulders. And then we're going to come into a pyramid pose on each side. So bring both hands over towards the right foot, pivot the toes into your pyramid pose. Elongate the spine, start with a nice flat back, and then on your exhale, drop your head down to your knee. Both heels should be on the mat. Give your head a little bit of shake from side to side. Keeping your hips square, so you want to bring the right hip forward. One more breath. And then walk your hands forward, pivot the feet all the way over to the other side. Good. You should have your left foot forward. Take a nice breath in. And drop your head to your knee. Just relax. Maybe giving your head a little bit of a shake. Nice. Now place your hands down on like forward over your foot. Just step your foot back, making your way into your downward facing dog. And then bring your toes to touch. Roll yourself forward into your high plank. And then we're going to drop our hips down, come right into your upward facing dog. So straightening our elbows, shoulders away from our ears. And you can create a little bit of movement here. Although you want to press the tops of your feet down into the mat. Pull your lower belly in, protect your lower back. Always listening to your body. Take a little peek over your right shoulder. Good. Take a little peek over your left shoulder. And then drop your knees down. And let's neutralize the spine, bringing our knees together this time for our narrow child's pose. So melt over your knees, your legs. Really relax. Option to bring your hands behind you as well with the backs of your hands rested on the mat. Letting your head be heavy. Good, round your shoulders. Separate those shoulder blades. And then slowly roll up, come up onto your knees and bring your hips forward and hands on your lower back just for a quick camel. Now we're pushing our hips forward here. Look up. Nice. And let's see if we can grab onto our right ankle, lifting our left arm up, back, and then switch. Left hand goes to left ankle, and then reach the arm back, or your heel. You're really grabbing your heel. And then release down, tuck your toes, and come into your downward facing dog once more. And then lower your knees all the way down. We're gonna come into a wide-legged seated forward fold. So bring your legs out nice and wide, sitting up nice and tall. Option to have your hands behind your back as you try to bring your lower abdomen forward. So little pulses or remain still. You can have your elbows on blocks or a pillow. You can just rest your head or on your hands. And let's take a few nice conscious breaths. Maybe with our eyes closed, we relax into the pose. With every exhale, releasing tension. And just focus on your inner thighs, letting go of perhaps a little bit of stiffness there. With every exhale, feeling more relaxed and calm into this pose. Letting your body know that we are safe. It is safe to go deeper. It is safe to go further. It is safe to release down. And then slowly come up. Bring your feet together and give yourself a little bit of a shake. And then lower yourself all the way down. And bend your knees, have your feet find the mat as you push up into your bridge pose. So let's just hold here for a moment. Palms are face down on the mat and you're just lifting your hips up. And then slowly lower your hips down, bringing the knees to the chest. Finish with giving yourself some self-love. And then maybe a rock from side to side. And then let's take a little quick Shavasana in our Baddha Konasana. So heels and toes together. And we're having another hip opening stretch, both knees on either side. And just take a couple breaths here. And pull the belly in. Good. Relaxing breaths, letting the body take in all these good stretches. If you want to stay longer in this pose, please do. If you're ready to close the practice, you can give yourself a little stretch, head to toe, and then maybe a little rock and roll, little rock to make your way up. As we close this practice, thank you so much for joining me with this hip opening stretch. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, feeling good and healthy in your body, mind, and soul. Thank you so much.